Fabulous Forum on TV Sports presents NBA basketball action as the world champion Los Angeles Lakers host the Cleveland Cavaliers. And a pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to the Fabulous Forum. My name is Tom Kelly. Happy Halloween to you. Hope what we've got in store for you is a treat and not a trick. Let's meet Ted Green from the Los Angeles Times, the Lakers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland really, on paper, doesn't pose much of a problem.
Well, Cleveland's making changes, Tom. They've got 2 new players here tonight, a 3rd one on the way. Lakers aren't an easy team to play when you're trying to get your act together, but the game's on the schedule.
And not an easy team to play at home. The Lakers suffered against San Antonio, one of the rare losses at home.
Well, the Lakers now 7-2, 1 loss at home. They're counting this one in the victory column, but they've got to play the game.
The Cleveland team is one in transition, but they do have an outstanding basketball player on their roster. Out of Auburn, he was a #1 for him. His name is Mitchell, and boy, he can play.
Mike Mitchell might be the best-kept secret in the NBA. Of course, Cleveland's a pretty well-kept secret, too, so that's another story. He can really play. First-round draft choice, 3rd year, 7th in the league in scoring, very good offensively.
He'll be a handful, but he may have his hands full because the guy playing opposite him tonight is one of the Lakers' very best, Jamal Wilkes.
Jamal does it night in and night out, but I think Mike Mitchell will present a pretty good challenge for him.
Should be an interesting matchup. There are some people coming back to play here tonight that were one-time Lakers. One of the most popular from the University of California at Santa Barbara, the Prez, Don Ford, is back.
Donnie Ford had some good times here at the Forum and some bad times. The fans booed him. I think they misunderstood his game. They thought he was an offensive player. Defensive player. Does a pretty good job. He starts, and then Kenny Carr comes in off the bench.
I hope he has a nice return here to his old stomping grounds. At halftime tonight, an exclusive for On TV, Ted Green's Notebook. And tonight, I said the great Bill Walton. I almost said the late great Bill Walton.
He's not the late Bill Walton yet as a basketball player, but he might be close, Tom.
It should be an outstanding halftime interview with Walton. We look forward to it, Teddy, and the rest of your comments. So glad you could join us. Larry McKay is standing by, a famous sports personality from out of the past. Boxing is about to be introduced. You'll want to meet him. Larry McKay has all the particulars. Let's go to public address announcer, Mr. McKay.
Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Halloween and welcome to the Forum for tonight's game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and your world champion, Los Angeles Lakers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lakers and Forum ask you now to join us in honoring an outstanding athlete of recent years. Our guest tonight has challenged for the World Welterweight Championship 4 times. Boxing welterweight greats such as Jose Napoles, Carlos Palomino, Emil Griffith, and Sugar Ray Leonard. A member of the 1968 U.S. Olympic boxing team, he started his pro career in 1970 and recently retired in December of 1978 with a career record 42 wins, 13 losses, 1 draw. Presently, he's an executive with the Willie Davis Slits Distributing Company of Los Angeles. Please give a warm Forum welcome to Armando Muniz. Correction, that should be 52 wins, says Armando. Here are the lineups. First of all, for Cleveland, a forward from North Carolina, wearing number 32, Kenny Carr. A forward from Purdue University, wearing number 40, Walter Jordan. A guard from the University of North Carolina, Charlotte, number 20, Chad Kinch. A guard from Bradley, number 15, Roger Fegley. A forward from UCLA, number 31, Richard Washington. And a center from Marquette, number 54, Jerome Whitehead. Starting tonight for the Cavaliers, at guard from Stanford, number 23, Mike Bratz. The other guard from Buffalo, number 31, Randy Smith. At forward from Auburn, number 30, Mike Mitchell. The other forward from UC Santa Barbara, number 35, Don Ford. And at center from Notre Dame, number 41, Bill Laimbeer. Cavs trainer, Paul Spicuzza. Assistant coaches Jerry Oliver and Larry Krager, and the head coach, Bill Musselman. And now, introducing the 1979-1980 world champion Los Angeles Lakers. We'd like to remind you, first of all, that Butch Carter is not in uniform tonight. He was hospitalized late last evening, is undergoing a series of tests to see when he can return to the lineup. A forward center from the University of Minnesota, number 8, Jim Brewer. A guard forward from the University of New Mexico, number 21, Michael Cooper. A forward from the University of Michigan, number 25, Alan Hardy. A guard from UCLA, number 14, Brad Holland. A forward from Arizona State University, number 54, Mark Landsberger. Starting for Los Angeles, at guard from Michigan State University, number 32, Irvin Magic Johnson. The other guard from Duquesne, number 10, Norm Nixon. At forward from Marquette, number 9, Jim Jones. The other forward from UCLA, number 52, Jamal Wilkes. And at center from UCLA, the captain of the Lakers, number 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Lakers trainer is Jack Curran, assistant coach Pat Riley, the head coach Paul Westhead. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America and show your support for the hostages being held in Iran, will you please rise and join Miss Pamela Myers from TV's Sha Na Na in the singing of our national anthem.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Pamela Myers.
We're about set to get underway with the Lakers and the Cavaliers. That's Pamela Myers being walked back off the center of the Forum Court here. And the referees assigned to work the contest tonight, Eddie Rush, Bob Rakel, two very veteran arbiters here in the National Basketball Association. It'll be Jones, Wilkes, Jabbar, Nixon, and Johnson for the Lakers. As you see, Kareem goggled and all, and the Cavaliers will go with Smith and Bratz at the guards. Laimbeer at center, the Notre Damer, a Southern California product. Ford, of course, from the Southern California area at one of the forwards, and Mitchell, whom you met at the top of the program, at the other starting forward spot. Cavaliers are in cardinal and, I should say, wine and gold are the colors of their uniforms. Not an unfamiliar color, I might add, to the Southern California area. Right, Ted Green?
I thought it was blue and gold.
Almost. Cavaliers. That's Laimbeer, number 41, stepping in against Jabbar. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tips it to Jones, and the game is underway. Not a capacity crowd by any stretch of the imagination, but this being a holiday evening, lob under to Kareem. And he routinely gets the first bucket of the night, 2-0. And that might be a familiar sight as this ball game goes along. Randy Smith, number 31 at a guard position. With the ball now is Lambier. That's Smith. Pass to Mitchell. Baseline. Turn around by Mitchell. Rebound. Lambier poked away by Kareem, and it's out of bounds, and it'll go to the Lakers.
Lambier got good position on that play, and he had a chance for a layup. Didn't quite get it up to the rim.
Out of the backcourt, Norm Nixon for Los Angeles. Green, backdoor play underneath. Jamal Wilkes, no basket. The foul will be called, and I believe it's going to be on Ford. It's on Mitchell.
Tom, I think they got Mike Mitchell for holding Jamal. This is a familiar play in the Laker offense. The backdoor play, Kareem to Jamal. Mitchell held Jamal.
Now back to live action, and Norm Nixon in the lane. Fall away 12-footer. The rebound to Jamal Wilkes, and the steal by the Cavaliers, and it's bounced off of Mitchell's knee as Randy Smith knocked it away. With the ball, the Cavs. Lead pass on the left side to Bratz. The Stanford product misses the bank shot. The rebound by Ford, tipped away, and it's out of bounds, and it'll go to Cleveland. Ford trying to inbound the ball, gets it deep in the right-hand corner. With it is Mitchell, tried to dribble around Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and bounced it off his leg and knocked it out of bounds.
That's a pretty big guy to be trying to drive around. Kareem had good position on the baseline.
10:55 remaining in this first period. 2-0. The Lakers on top. Slow start here. Kareem setting a high post in the corner. Jump shot. That's a tap-in for Jamal Wilkes, and that makes it 4-0 Lakers. Jamal gets his first bucket of the evening. This is Mitchell. Back out on top to Randy Smith. Veteran competitor. Over to Lambier. Back to Bratz. Back to Lambier from the baseline. Nice cut for the big guy. Plays Notre Dame. 4-2 in favor of the Lakers. Long lead pass for Jones. Saved it going over the end line. Back to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to Nixon. Back out on top to Jamal Wilkes. Nixon into Kareem. Nixon right up the baseline. Good drive to the bucket, and he's fouled by Lambier, who switched off. He was guarding Kareem and picked up the driving Nixon and picked up the foul.
Tom, I think it's the Lakers' way of testing Lambier early. Let's see what he's got. Kid from Notre Dame. Didn't do as much in college as some people thought he would. Cavaliers hoping he's a late bloomer.
Out of Rolling Hills, California. Free throw by Nixon is his first point of the night. 5-2 in favor of the Lakers. We played just 9 seconds under 2 minutes in this basketball game. Second one is also good. Nixon's got 2, and it's 6-2 in favor of Los Angeles. Lakers off to an 8-2 start. Lost a game at home, can you believe it? Only lost 4 all of last year. San Antonio nipped them last Sunday. Long rebound comes to Nixon. Kareem is already down under the basket. Right side of the lane, sets the screen. Magic over the shoulder. Pass to Wilkes. In the corner, Jones with the rebound. Magic with a little sleight of hand there. Jones, left side, in the corner. Jamal Wilkes. Kareem, back to Jamal. The baseline, stolen away. Picked up by Randy Smith. Has the loose ball and driving. 3-on-2. Smith, little too many. Well, maybe just a step too many.
There was a time, Tom, when Randy Smith was the fastest player in the NBA. He's over 30 years old now, but he can still run.
Him out of Buffalo State in 71. Yes, he's 31. Positively ancient.
In this league.
Got that right. Left side, the Magic one. Across the top of the key to Nixon's 15-footer. He's got 4, and it's 8-2. The Lakers are quickly off on top of the Cavaliers, coached by Bill Musselman, owned by Ted Stepien, who's here tonight, incidentally. Cleveland owner. On the right side, Smith. On an 18-foot jumper. Rebound belongs to Jones. Clears it to Nixon. Nixon hurries it to the top of the key and puts up a 20-footer. Rebound is out long to Smith. Nearly lost it. Driving down against Kareem. Watch this one. Well, I tell you, you got to give Smith A for effort, heart, and courage.
Well, Kareem maintained such great position on this play that the block was easy. The hard part was getting in position against such a fast player as Smith.
Considering Kareem is over 7 and Smith is 6'3", indeed the block was easy. Loose ball on the rebound. Lakers, Nixon. Jamal Wilkes across the lane. Beautiful move. 10-2. The Lakers quickly off against the Cavaliers, and that brings Musselman off his seat on the bench. And Coach Bill is on his haunches across the way and may want a timeout. We'll see. No, guess not. Top of the key with the ball is Bratz. 10-2. Lakers lead. Right side to Smith. Smith to Ford. 15-footer from the baseline. Rebound belongs to Kareem. Clears it back in the middle to Magic. Magic left side to Nixon. Underneath Magic. Reverse. They certainly make it look easy. 12-2. And I tell you, if Musselman doesn't take a timeout this time down the floor, not going to, apparently. Bratz on the left side.
He's saving him, Tom.
Mitchell over to Lambier, to Ford, back out to Smith. In the middle, Mitchell, right side of the lane. His shot is rebounded and scored by Lambier. He's got all 4 of the Cleveland points. 12-4, Lakers lead.
You can't fault Lambier's effort. That's his 3rd offensive rebound. He's trying to pound those boards, doing a good job.
He's working very hard. So is Mitchell. The team looks a little disorganized, quite frankly, as though they were very much like your opening comments, a team in transition. Jamal Wilkes with his 6th point. 14-4. The Lakers comfortably up by 10 points. And we've got 7:15 remaining in this, the first period.
Cleveland has everything new, Tom. A new owner, a new coach, about 4 or 5 new players. Very not too easy to play the Lakers under these conditions.
Not even if you're a veteran ball club that has played together for several seasons is it easy to play the Lakers. And when you are a team, a less talented team, and everybody is brand new to everybody else, it's got to be just a headache. Rebound by Ford, clears it over to Smith. Down the left side to Mitchell. Drives, nice move. Rejection by Kareem, and they're going to give Mitchell the basket on goaltending. Take another look at it, Teddy.
Next to the block charge, this is the hardest call in basketball for the officials, the goaltend. Was the ball on its downward flight? They said it was.
It's a judgment call, and you can't question the officials on that. Pass in the middle. Kareem has it, but we got a foul called against him for pushing off. So Kareem had a bad time at the other end. He got nailed for a goaltending call. Now comes back and gets a pushing off foul at the other end, and we've got a timeout taken by the Lakers, who have a lead of 14-6. Paul Westhead and Pat Riley conferring with the ball club across the way.
Tom, it's probably too early to say this. After all, Cleveland might come back and win this game. But if this game illustrates anything, at least so far, to me, it illustrates the difference between a team that's played together and one that is learning to play together. And I think as the game unfolds, we'll see more of that.
In case you haven't been keeping up with it, why, Cleveland has made several changes in personnel. In fact, some of the people they've acquired aren't even with them yet, and that'd be Kim Hughes, a 6'11" center from the Denver Nuggets. But they picked up Jerome Whitehead and also Richard Washington, 2 players who had gone to the Dallas Mavericks in the expansion draft, which now I think, Teddy, and correct me on this, gives them 3 players that are expansion players. Mike Bratz was also one, and they got Bratz. He'd been let go by the Phoenix Suns, and he was going to be one of the 8th, 9th, or 10th men to go in the expansion to the Dallas Mavericks, and then 2 others.
Well, pretty soon, Cleveland might even sign Crazy George here, the dribbling act.
Crazy George. Well, who knows? He might find a home in Cleveland.
I think he's from Cleveland.
Is Crazy going to dribble all 3 of the basketball? No, the other one is going to be safely guarded by Rakel.
Crazy
Ed
George.
Rush, I should say.
I'm sorry, Crazy George used to work for the San Jose Earthquake soccer team. So he's graduated. He's in the big time now.
Tell you, he's kind of handy with those basketballs. Crazy George, he's wearing those Cleveland colors. Well, when you're going like Cleveland's going, I guess you got to travel your own entertainment. The ball will be out of bounds to Cleveland in the backcourt. Bratz and Randy Smith. No other changes in the lineup. Lambier, Ford, and Mitchell still remain in, and no changes in the Laker lineup as well. 14-4 Lakers. Ford with the ball. The Lambier sets the screen for Bratz, the jump shot. That's unfortunate. In and out. Rebound is grabbed off by Jamal Wilkes. Clears it to Magic. Magic to Nixon. 6 minutes remain in the first period. Lakers with the ball. Lambier on Nixon. A mismatch somewhere. In the middle to Kareem. Works Lambier down low, turns and misses the bank shot, and the rebound is missed. And we've got goaltending called on Lambier. Give the basket to Magic Johnson. 16-6. Lambier's working hard, Ted.
Well, here's a familiar sight. The 6'9" guard, we use the term loosely again, Magic. Offensive rebound, put the shot back up. Goaltending on Lambier.
16-6, the Lakers lead. Magic's got 4. Everybody in the starting 5 except Jones for the Lakers has a point. Bratz with the ball. Left side. Randy Smith. Veteran guard, rolls the rim, rebound to Ford. He can't get the rebound in, scrambles for the other, loses it to Jones. Jones to Nixon. Nixon, deep in the corner, now bringing it back out on top is Magic. Gives to Kareem, who's come to the party. On the right side, Jamal Wilkes in the middle. We've got a little pushing and shoving between Lambier and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and it's going to be called against Lambier.
Another ex-Laker in the game, Kenny Carr, Tom. First-round draft choice of the Lakers. Didn't really stick here, and now he's in Cleveland.
He played his college ball at North Carolina State and was an outstanding college player and could probably become an outstanding professional. Driving with the ball, Smith. His scoop shot is no good. Lambier rebounds it for 2. He's got 6 of the 8 points, 16-8. The Lakers lead the Cavaliers, 4:50 remaining in the first period. Randy Smith is appearing in his 689th consecutive game. Ronnie Boone is up over 1,000. Swinging right-hand hook. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's got 4. The Lakers have 18.
How many young centers have come into the league and seen that hook thrown down on their head?
Lambier could probably have waited all year without seeing it. Last year, these two ball clubs were 1-1 in the 2 games. And I'll tell you, the game in Cleveland was really something. What, 153 to 152?
It was a triple overtime game. Cleveland finally won in triple overtime.
Foul is called on Jim Jones, his first, and the first team foul. Lambier with the ball, back out on top, driving with it is Smith, passing it back. Mitchell working his way to the baseline. His shot's over the rim, and the rebound is to Jones. Clears it down the right side to Jamal Wilkes. Wilkes gives the ball back out to Nixon. Nixon deep in the right-hand corner, almost a three-point try by Magic. He was practicing that in warm-ups, and we were kidding him a little bit, and he said, I may have to throw in a couple of those, and he got back to that red line and couldn't hit the front of the rim. But just inside it, Teddy, he was devastating, just like that.
Well, Magic's shooting more from the outside, Tom, this year, trying to incorporate that into his game successfully.
And enjoying it more, too, I might add. 20-8, the Lakers lead by 12. Rebound to Nixon. It's 4 against 5, and Nixon loses it on the dribble. Picked up by Randy Smith, 2 against none. Smith all the way. His first bucket of the night, and it's 20-10. The Lakers lead the Cavaliers. Nixon in the corner. Jones alone. Baseline. His first basket, and now everybody in the starting 5 has gotten at least 2 points. Wilkes has 6, as does Magic Johnson. 4 points to Nixon, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has 4 to run up the Laker total of 22. 10 points. Lambier having 6 of the 10 scored by the Cavaliers so far. Bratz at long range. Off the heel of the rim, and the rebound to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Clears it quickly to Nixon. The Lakers in the transition game, they get it out of the backcourt in a hurry. Cleveland, to their credit, hustling back on defense very quickly. The Cavs are setting up quickly on defense, and as the Lakers come down the court, they've looked at 3 and 4 and sometimes even 5 red uniforms. No defense for the Magic one as he explodes up the middle, 24-10.
But the risk of being repetitious, there it is again, a team that's played together.
Going up for that shot was Kenny Carr, had it poked away, but the Cavaliers come up with it. Carr is in, having replaced Ford at a forward spot for Cleveland. That's Mitchell with the ball. Up to Lambier, and the big center deciding to work outside, hoping to keep Kareem away from the boards. Maybe it's working. The Cavs get 3 tries at it, and Mitchell finally, Kenny Carr puts it back up and scores his first basket. 24-12, Lakers. Kareem might step to the baseline. No, going back in. No, there he goes toward the baseline. Right-hand hook on the rim. Good ball. Rebound, batted around. Kareem comes up with it. Clears it into corner. Jones, 2 in a row. No. Rebound in the corner. Lambier. 2 in a row. Magic intercepted. Pass underneath. Nicely thrown by Kareem, but it wasn't handled by Jamal Wilkes. Smith Driving down, the shot attempt by Bratson. Goaltending is called on Jones.
Well, we talked about goaltending being a hard call. This one's not going to be hard at all. At least I don't think it is. I think Jimmy's just going to catch this ball. It's on the way down.
24-14, 10-point lead for the Lakers. A minute 37 remaining in the first period. Cleveland off to a bit of a slow start, but that is understandable. Right side of the lane, Jamal from the top of the key, Nixon. He's got a total of 6 and it's 26-14. The Lakers by 12 as Smith comes out of the backcourt for Cleveland. Smith and Bratz. That's Kenny Carr with the ball. Carr sets and shoots. Lambier gets the rebound. Beautiful effort by the big guy from Notre Dame. He's got 8 and it's 26-16.
That's got to be 5 offensive rebounds for Lambier. If it wasn't for offensive rebounding, Cleveland would be behind by more than 10 points.
Lambier is working the boards very, very well. Kareem passing off underneath, a little scoop shovel pass over to Jones, who shows his versatility as he leapfrogs the bench across the way, and some spectators sitting thereon. Jack Curran is up. There's Bill Musselman, the coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, formerly coached in San Diego. Before that, had a college career with the University of Minnesota. He's been a controversial figure most everywhere he's been.
His last stint was with the Reno Bighorns of the Western Basketball Association, so Cleveland must look really good to him.
On TV is proud to announce that we've acquired the rights to the World Welterweight rematch between Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran. You won't want to miss Sports Spectacular 2. The date, Tuesday, November 25, and this extraordinary rematch will be offered to you for only $15 per household. Now, closed circuit seats are going to be anywhere from $20 to $25. All the details on how you can order are in your November season ticket. If you'd like to reserve your ringside seat right now, call area code 213-507-ON-TV. Operators are on duty. There's the number, 213, the area code, 507-ON-TV. Duran and Leonard from the Superdome on the 25th. Should be an outstanding fight. Got some youngsters down there now, trick and treating tonight. Crazy George has got all those balls in the air. One little guy dropped one. There he is going to get it back. Crazy gets it started for him and resets it.
I hope he gives these kids some candy as a reward. They're missing trick-or-treating right now.
Crazy George left the kids out there, and there they are. Jim Jones has got 5 rebounds. The Lakers, 54% from the field. And the Cavaliers, 22%. Nixon's got 4 assists. Jones with 5 rebounds. Magic's got 8 points.
The new slim trim Jim Jones, we might add.
That's right. Body fat down, weight down. We talked about Randy Smith being 31. Jones is up there in that area. He's got himself in shape. He's going to close out his career in magnificent fashion. According to reports, turned around by Mitchell. Mitchell can't buy one. Scrambled for the rebound. Kareem has it. Carries it over with a little toss to the Magic one. Irving Johnson flips it back to Kareem, back to Magic. 25 seconds remaining, first period. Lakers on top by 10, as they have been most of this first period, at least by 10. Jones from 20 feet. Rebound, Magic, little 8-footer. 10 points for Magic Johnson, 28-16. Lakers lead by 12. Magic is off to a magnificent start.
He's got a bag of shots, too, doesn't he, Tom? It's not just layups or jump shots. He's got everything.
Everything in the book. At the buzzer, and that ends the first period here at the Fabulous Forum. The Lakers lead the Cleveland Cavaliers 28-16. Lakers 28, Cavaliers 16. Cavaliers' Bill Lambier has rebounded beautifully on the offensive board. He's got 8 points. Smith, Bratson, Carr, and Mitchell with a bucket apiece. The Lakers more balanced in their scoring. Everybody that started the game has at least 1 point for Los Angeles. And we'll take a look at how they're doing around the NBA. The Lakers, of course, 8-2. Phoenix 8-1. The Lakers a half game back. Golden State, Seattle, Portland, San Diego, all of them trying to get on track.
Well, the Suns have changed the face of their team, and right now they lead the Lakers by half a game.
San Antonio, 9-2, off to a fine start. Stan Albeck's ball club doing well. Utah, Kansas City, and the rest of them all bunched in there. Milwaukee, well, that kind of figures. They were the class of the division. Kansas City, this is a new division now. Milwaukee moving into the central new alignment. Indiana playing quite well. Cleveland, the opponent tonight, 4-7. Detroit finally won a game. Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. I guess that's the way that figures out there, too, isn't it, Ted, in the Atlantic Division?
In that division, it does.
Going to be up a little bit.
Right now, it seems to me there might be 4 super teams in the league. Phoenix, Los Angeles, maybe San Antonio, Philadelphia, and if you want to throw in Milwaukee, the one that I have my questions about is San Antonio. Let's see if they're for real. But right now, at least 4 very, very good teams in the league, maybe 5.
And Boston and New York really aren't that bad either. There's Michael Cooper in the game now for the first time tonight. Let's check the rest of the Lakers and see if we've got any other changes. Don't see any to report to you. Jones remains in. Brewer is in now at one of the forward spots. And we've got Cooper. So Cooper and Brewer are in. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar remains in. Magic Johnson is in. Coming out of the backcourt.
Brewer is a former Cavalier, Tom, so this is a reunion game for a lot of people.
Indeed. With the ball, Kenny Carr back out to Randy Smith. Smith to Mitchell. Baseline. Nice move. Huh? Mitchell gets his second basket of the night. 28-18. Mike Mitchell. He's got 4 points, averaging 24.6. So you know that Mitchell can score. He's number 7 in the NBA.
Might point out that Jamal went to the bench, and his defense was very effective on Mitchell in the first quarter.
Magic Johnson with the ball. Real mismatch against Randy Smith, and we're going to have a foul called against Smith.
Well, this is a problem that NBA guards are learning about more and more. When you're 6'3" or 6'4", how do you guard this guy? He's 6'9". He plays like he's 6'11". You can't do it. You need help.
Well, he's such a magnificent talent. Going out of the ball game now is Jerome Whitehead, who'd been in just briefly, and Lambier comes back in now for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Johnson plays like he's 6'11" under the basket and like he's 5'10" and the quickest thing in sneakers outside with the ball. He's magnificent talent. Out of the corner, Michael Cooper. Talk about versatility. Cooper in pregame drills was slamming that ball through with, I tell you, some real thunder slam dunks, and here he is out of the corner with a delicate little push shot and drifting it right through.
I thought he was going to do a Daryl Dawkins glass breaker there in the warm-up.
Shot attempt by Roger Fegley, number 15, an outstanding basketball player at Bradley University, and he's a newly required member of the Cleveland Ball Club. Rebound is off, and the Cavaliers have it. Smith runs it down, saves it, but look who's waiting, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So Smith goes to long range, gets his 4th point of the night, and it's 30-20, the Lakers by 10. Second period just underway. I might remind our viewers a very exclusive halftime feature tonight. We're going to start a brand new feature, Ted Green's Notebook. And my broadcasting buddy here has spent some time with Bill Walton, and in light of the developments with Walton and San Diego and lawsuits and what have you, it should be an outstanding halftime show. Herb Levin, Walton's doctor, and Bill himself. Exclusive interviews that Ted has, and we think it'll be an outstanding program. At the free throw line is Jones, and the foul set against number 32, Kenny Carr. Jones at the line makes it. Jim is a 69% free throw shooter, has 3 points on the night. Now Jamal Wilkes comes in, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goes out for the Lakers.
I got Jones.
Lakers are such a talented basketball team that you can mix and match them over there, kind of like your wardrobe, you know it?
What a luxury to have the first 7 players that Paul Westhead has to play with.
32-20, Lakers by 12 now with 10 minutes remaining here in this first half. Armando Muniz, former great welterweight contender, was a pregame honored guest. Long-range jumper by Carr. Rebound. Cooper clears the ball to Magic, and here they come again. Randy Smith can't handle the big guy. Throws up a hook. It's short. Rebound is off. Carr has it. Down the court to Smith. 2-on-1. Smith over. The shot from the side is up and good by Fegley. Roger Fegley gets his first bucket. 32-22. Fegley averages in double figures, 12.5 points a game.
He was a first-round draft choice to the Washington Bullets. I think he's got a future in this league.
He was an outstanding shooter in college at Bradley University. All Missouri Valley Conference performer. Talented ball player. Out of the corner, Jamal Wilkes missing. Rebound, Magic Johnson. Rebound grabbed off by Fegley. Smith with it now. Cavaliers with the ball, and Smith's jump shot. Working very hard on that offensive board. And he was fouled. Westhead up. Brewer picks
Kenny
up the
Carr
foul.
is really a power player. When he first joined the Lakers as a first-round draft choice, he showed up in San Diego where the Lakers were training and threw down some incredible dunks. He can really take off. He's strong, powerful inside. That's his game. Hopefully he's going to find it in Cleveland. He didn't find it in Los Angeles.
The foul was on Brewer, and Carr will be at the free throw line when play resumes. Carr, I thought, at times when he was with the Lakers, would do some of the most amazing things with the basketball, and other times he would do some of the most absurd things with the basketball.
Well, his complaint was playing time. He would always say, if you don't play, how can you get consistent? How can you learn the game?
And a legitimate stand, I would imagine. Say the Lakers are taking on the Denver Nuggets Sunday, November the 2nd. Denver comes to town, an outstanding basketball team and a great collection of talent. Of course, you'll want to see the Skywalker, David Thompson, and Big Dan Issel, who goes outside and shoots like a guard and rebounds like one of the good big men in the league. Should be an outstanding attraction. All of the youngsters 15 and under in attendance to get a coupon redeemable for a Laker basketball at any one of the 29 Southern California Sears locations. Denver and the Lakers, Sunday the 2nd.
We plan to talk to David Thompson at halftime Sunday night, Tom. He did a very unconventional thing. He got into distance running in the offseason to get into shape. Basketball players, as a rule, run sprints when they run at all in the offseason. But David started doing almost mini marathons, I think 13-milers. So we're going to talk to him Sunday night about that.
So Crazy George is out there doing his thing. And Paul Westhead, Jack Curran, the Laker trainer. We've got Kenny Carr coming to the free throw line. Lakers lead 32-22, 9 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Carr to shoot a pair. The foul was on Brewer. Mark Landsberger's in the ball game for Los Angeles. The free throw is good by Carr. He's got 3 points, averaging 9.7. Kenny is in the shoe importing business in Los Angeles. Did you know that?
Shoes or athletic shoes?
Shoe importing. Shoe importing. Missed the second one. 32-23. Import shoes.
Huh.
You know, like those $95 Italian loafers you're scuffing around in here tonight. You know, imported shoes. I'm going to write it up for you at halftime. Pass underneath. Cooper threw it away. You are paying attention, Ted. The ball goes over on the turnover to Cleveland. And it'll be Smith and Fegley coming out of the backcourt. Fegley's another one of the big guards. Of course, he can play forward as well. He's 6'7". Bradley University. That's Mike Mitchell, probably the best basketball player in Cleveland livery. Probably the most talented. Cavs are shooting only 28%, 11 of 38, and that won't win many ball games for you. Mitchell across the lane, double team, frees himself. Nice touch there. He's got a total of 6, 32-25. The Cavs are sneaking to within 7 now. Pass underneath. Great toss in there to Jamal Wilkes by Magic Johnson, and he was fouled. Mitchell picks up the foul, his second.
Well, in the NBA, you get some and you give some up. Mike scored at the other end just a minute ago on a good jump shot. Here he's going to foul Jamal. He was out of position.
Jamal Wilkes at the free throw line. The effort is up and good. Did I detect a little hitch in that? Watch him with that thing again now at the free throw line. Got a little hitch in that move up there. Watch.
You got to look closely, though.
See it there?
Oh, he did, yeah.
He missed the second
On the way out.
What if he's aware of that? I don't think I've seen him do that before. 33-25. The Lakers lead by 8. Mitchell back out on top to Smith. Over to Bratz. To Fegley, I should say. Starting to drive with it was Carr, and he's called for traveling. Lakers send in Norm Nixon. And Magic Johnson takes a rest. He's got 10 points. Nixon comes into the ball game having scored a total of 6 first period points. 8:13 to go, first half. Lakers lead by 8, 33-25. Brewer screens, gives the ball to Jamal Wilkes out of the corner. Rebound is batted about and grabbed by Carr. Clears it up the floor. Poked away from Smith. Nixon, lead pass to Cooper. Look out below. Cooper deked the ball. He went in like he was going to slam it and popped it off the board for his 4th point.
I'll tell you, your heart stops there for a minute, because when Cooper went up, you thought he was going to dunk, and Randy Smith was underneath him. And boy, a guy can really get hurt doing that. I think it was a good thing he didn't try to dunk there.
Indeed. We're going to show it to you in just a moment when the action slows a bit. Lambier, long range. Rebound is off, and here come the Lakers with the ball. Nixon in the middle. 35-25. The Lakers lead by 10. Nixon baseline to Cooper. Underneath. Turnaround by Jamal Wilkes. Banks it up. No good. Tipped by Landsberger. Lambier comes up with the ball. Then Fegley has it, and he's fouled in the backcourt. And the foul is against the Lakers. Take a look now. Wilkes picked up that foul incidentally. Watch this play now. Intercept by Nixon. Lead pass. There's Cooper.
You know, Mike Cooper was about a foot and a half over Randy Smith there. He can really jump.
Fegley at the free throw line. Roger gets his third point of the night. He's a 77% free throw shooter. 35-26. The Lakers lead Cleveland. We've got a total of 7:21 remaining in the first half. Fegley nails another. 35-27. The Lakers are up by 8. They've had a 14-point lead, 10-point lead, 12-point lead several occasions. Fegley steals the ball over to Smith. Cavs are not just rolling over. Fegley, baseline, left side. Don't think we can't shoot. 35-29. Now Westhead is up off the bench now, and with a word or two to his ball club, you can get a little cavalier about the Cavaliers. Oh, mercy.
You know, Fegley's entry into the game has coincided with this rally by Cleveland. He's playing well.
Yes, he has a good call, Teddy. He has indeed. Got a foul underneath. That's Jamal Wilkes will be going to the line, and I think it was right there. I think they're going to nail Mitchell for it. They are. No,
they got Lambier for nearly separating Jamal from his arm.
And that's the third one on the big guy, and Cleveland can't afford to have him in foul trouble this early in this ball game. Jamal Wilkes puts the free throw in, has a total now of 8 points. Lakers lead 36-29. And we've got a timeout taken by the Cavaliers. And we've got 6:50 remaining in this first half of play as Pat Riley and Paul Westhead confer before turning to the ball club for some conversation. Don't forget Bill Walton, the great Bill Walton, and the saga of the San Diego Clippers. That'll be an exclusive halftime with Ted Green here on TV tonight. On TV is pleased to announce we're going to be bringing you exciting UCLA basketball action this winter. We've got 6 games on tap for the coming season, starting on November 18th, as the young and talented Bruins battle the Athletes in Action team live from Pauley Pavilion. The Bruins have 3 starters back from last year's team that swept through the NCAA playoffs before losing to eventual champion Louisville in the finals. Junior Mike Sanders, sophomore Rod Foster, Michael Holton, again leading the Bruins' high-powered offense. Don't miss the 1980 UCLA Bruins season debut against Athletes in Action, Tuesday, November 18, right here on TV. Well, Crazy George is showing a little smarts now. He's out there playing with some pretty girls.
Tom, UCLA made the NCAA finals, as you mentioned, last year against Louisville, so I guess the next step for them, at least they probably hope it is to go all the way.
Well, I'll tell you, they were a surprise to get as far as they did and did a truly remarkable job. Hi there. Where you been?
It's a Lakers mystery guest.
That's right. 6:50 remaining. How's that? The Laker record against Eastern Conference teams at home last year. 11-0. Of course, they lost only 4 games here, all of the 1979-80 season. Jamal Wilkes at the free throw line again, now has a total of 9 points, and it is 37-29, Lakers lead. I was going to continue that thought about the Bruins. They won't be able to surprise anybody this year. Everybody knows about Holton and Sanders and all those good young players over there. One attempt, rebound to Landsberger. Now up with it, Nixon. Lakers lead by 8. Nixon all the way. Good defense by Carr. Kenny is a talented basketball player, but then he does things like that. Throwing it away. Cooper intercepting. Pass that should not have been made, quite frankly. Jamal Wilkes picks up his 11th point, 39-29. Lakers back on top by 10.
Well, that was a poignant example of what you said before about Kenny Carr. Great play, bad play, sometimes within seconds of each other.
As it was right then, almost before you could comment on it, it happened. Lambier, that pass intended for Mitchell, poked away by a scrambling Jamal Wilkes, who indeed, as we pointed out earlier, has done an outstanding defensive job on the best Cleveland player on the floor. Mitchell has only 6 points.
So far, Wilkes is on Mike Mitchell like a cheap suit. He can't get free.
You got that right. Nice pass. Good move by Landsberger. Nixon with a great pass, and Landsberger with a move that belied his talents. I mean, people don't think that he's got any good swift moves like that underneath, but believe me, he has.
Still, you don't think of Mark Landsberger and finesse in the same breath.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. You put it together so beautifully. Lambier from the side. Nice bank. He's got 10. Right you are. He just doesn't look like Mr. Smooth out there. Rough and tough and tumble underneath. That's more his game. Boy, he was like silk out there. That's Landsberger. Kareem now, right side of the lane. Draws a crowd, doesn't he? Landsberger. He's going to show his versatility by popping in a 15-footer, Freddie. There's Jamal Wilkes. Another one of his patented lay-ins. 43-31, Lakers by 12, and Jamal's got 13.
Right now, the matchup we alerted our viewers to, Mitchell and Wilkes, is one-sided. And that's not a call to say the Lakers are, the better team or anything, but Wilkes is just doing the job on Mitchell right now.
Lambier tried to hit Smith, breaking underneath, and Cooper was there instead, and Smith ran into him, and down went Smith. Kenny Carr comes out of the game, and Richard Washington, number 25, and there's another look at the foul called on Cooper.
Mike Cooper came over to help Norm Nixon on Randy Smith, and inside is no place for the timid in the NBA.
Begley with the ball. That's Richard Washington, another new member of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Dallas expansion team had acquired him. Jump shot by Smith. Rebound, Landsberger. Shoves it to Cooper. Boy, they throw it in heavy traffic with such dexterity. Nixon in the corner. Three-pointer by Cooper. Washington rebounds. Might not be Michael's best shot. In the corner, Begley. He can shoot from there. Oh, rebound. Nobody can find the handle, but Kareem has it. Here's the ball. Landsberger hit Mark in a bad spot.
In the
back of the neck. No, really. It was a pass that Kareem wishes he had not thrown, to be sure. Smith from the top of the key. He's got 6.
Actually, that wasn't Landsberger's fault because the ball's supposed to go to a guard there. Landsberger wasn't looking for the pass.
No, and Kareem really wanted to throw it just to a gold shirt. He didn't want to throw it to Landsberger, but by the time he read the number, why, he knew that he'd made a mistake. Rebound on the miss, grabbed by Mitchell. Mitchell clears it over to Smith. On the side, Lambier. Rebound, Landsberger. Boy, he can rebound, can he? Nixon. Landsberger, for his size, is extremely tough under the boards. Both boards. Nixon. Looked like he almost got out of control in the rebound. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, cross court. Jamal Wilkes. He was all set to shoot that. When he dropped the ball, his rhythm left him for just a second. Landsberger. 45-33, the Lakers by 12, 3:10 remaining here in the first half. Herb Kays is in the crowd. Delightful man, longtime executive in baseball and in basketball in the NBA and the ABA.
Paul Westhead, before the season, told Mark Landsberger, shoot when you want. Landsberger took him literally.
Indeed. Lambier with that rebound, back out on top. Smith in the corner, Begley. Roger hits. He's got 8 points, 45-35. 2:42 remaining in the half. We've got a timeout being taken by the Lakers. I'll remind you, we have that exclusive Bill Walton story with Bill, the owner of the San Diego Clippers, Irv Levin, and Ted Green has all of it with the exclusive interviews on his notebook, a special halftime feature of our telecast tonight here on TV. You won't want to miss it.
Tom, Paul Westhead called a timeout, I think, because he thinks the Lakers are on cruise control. That they're not really pushing, just exchanging baskets with the Cavaliers. The danger in doing that, you might wind up only 8 points ahead in the fourth quarter, and now you got a ball game on your hands. Westhead thinks they ought to put him away now. That's my guess.
Ted, let's see if we can eavesdrop So far, it's just Westhead and Pat Riley, so maybe we can listen in now.
Let's go back to our basic one out stuff. Let's get some line.
The band is drowning out what the coach is saying, and I know you can't hear him at home, but we're drawing more of those X's and O's, and we're going to the basket. And let me tell you what the bottom line is. We're going to try and work for the best percentage shot.
Guard center, guard inside guard, or guard guard. Let's stay away from the guard forward stuff for a while. Let's go to the alternative. One out. Let's go. Come on. Come on, let's get it going.
But he doesn't have to tell his players, let's play harder. The players know what to do. Paul Westhead's job, as he views it, is to give them direction, plays.
Everybody's here auditioning tonight. There's Bill Musselman. I didn't mean Coach Musselman. I meant some of the people here celebrating Halloween.
He's got a job, Musselman, but for how long remains to be seen. No security in NBA coaching, especially with a mediocre team.
No. Coming out of the backcourt, Norm Nixon with the ball for Los Angeles. 2:35 remaining in the first half. Give and go to Nixon coming up the middle. He can't find the handle, and it's out of bounds, and Fegley will inbound for the Cavaliers.
So far, this isn't the prettiest game we've ever seen, Tom. A lot of sloppy plays.
Well, you know, teams, I think, have a tendency to play to the caliber of the competition, or at least try to. If they're talented, then when you get another talented team in town, you really get yourself a good basketball game. Long-range jump shot, Randy Smith. When you get a team that admittedly, like this Cleveland Ball Club, is not that talent-rich, I think you have a tendency to kind of nonchalant your way through a ball game, Fred, and it reflects itself in what the way the team plays, and you get sloppy and you drop it and you throw it away, and the shots you should make. Before you know it, as you said, you turn around a minute and a half to go, and you got a 6-point game in your hands, and now anything can happen. That'll be Jones going to the free throw line. Fegley is going to be charged with that foul, his first. There's a look at Roger.
We should give the Cavaliers some credit, too, because while they haven't looked that good, they are working hard. They're hitting the boards, not making a high percentage of their shots. But again, that hard work sometimes will pay off. They're only, what, 9 points down?
That's right. Jones now has a total of 5 points on the night, and it's 46-37. 47-37, and the Cavaliers trail by 10, which is not an astronomical figure. They have been within 9, within 8. So the Lakers haven't blown them out of the forum. Mitchell back out on top to Smith. Driving is Fegley. Nice move by Fegley. Fegley's got 10, 47-39. The Lakers lead by 8. Shot underneath, rebound, and up with the ball. Carr clears it over to Fegley. Fegley can hit that one right there. Well, he passed it off. Carr steps in, turn around. Fegley might have been better served had he taken the shot himself. He really is an outstanding shooter. In fact, from the field, Fegley shoots 55%. Give you an idea how good he is. Out of the corner, the magic one. He's got 12, 49-39. In a game like this, though, the Lakers really give you the impression they can score whenever they want against this ball club. Mitchell with a turnaround for 8. 49-41. 8-point lead again. Minute to go. Lakers turn it over. Fegley brings it back out of the backcourt. Bounce pass to Mitchell. Nice swing move there at the baseline. Back to Fegley. Back out to Smith. 15-footer. All right.
The Cavaliers are right there, Tom. 6 points down.
That's right, with 43 seconds to go, and we've huffed and puffed our way through 2 periods here of NBA basketball, and the team that really doesn't look as good as the team they're playing is within 6 points of them, so you just don't know. Rebound, Jones puts it up, bucket counts, and he's fouled. Carr nailed him. Jones gets the basket. He's got a total of 8 points. And Carr picks up his second.
Well, this is what the Lakers want Jim Jones to do. Get on the offensive boards, pick up those loose balls, put them back in the hoop. He did it there very well.
Jones is 4 for 4 at the free throw line. 8-point lead for the Lakers now. Cooper will be in for the closing few seconds. Jones misses his first miss in the free throw department after making 4 in a row. Jamal Wilkes goes out as Cooper comes in. Cooper and Coach Paul Westhead with some conversation. Missed the next one, 51-43. So Jones was 4 for 4 and then receded for a couple of misses. Got a whistle. Magic Johnson now has a total of 1 personal foul to go with his 12 points. First foul of the last 2 minutes. 21 seconds remain in the half. The Lakers lead by 8 at 51-44.
And a full 24 on the shot clock.
Well, look at the trouble that Mitchell finds himself in. Double team, back out to Smith. Quite obvious who the best shooter on the floor is. It has to be Mitchell and/or Fegley. Not to denigrate Smith. Oh, Smith will hear about that. Smith just fired that baby out of bounds. That's a play not worthy of a guy who's been in the league since 79.
Well, basketball's a game of mistakes, and even veterans make them.
Oh, yeah. From the side, Nixon, no good, and the follow by Cooper at the buzzer at the half. So the Lakers have an 8-point lead here in the first half of play at 51-43. They led by 12 at the end of the first period, and they lead now by 8. Jones with a total of 8 points. Wilkes has got 13. A total of 4 for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 6 points for Nixon, 12 for Johnson, 4 for Cooper, 4 for Landsberger. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, Mitchell with 8. Ford didn't score. 10 to Lambeer, 10 to Smith. Started slowly. 2 to Bratz, 3 points to Carr, and a total of 10 to Fegley, who came off the bench and sparked the club from a big deficit to make it a close one here at the intermission. It's our pleasure now at On TV to begin a new periodic feature on our Laker broadcasts, Ted Green's Notebook. Tonight's exclusive story is on Bill Walton, the great center whose basketball career may be over because of a complex foot injury that has everyone frustrated.
You might say only a foot separates the San Diego Clippers from contention in the Pacific Division, but it's no ordinary foot. It's the left foot of Bill Walton. It has kept him out of basketball most of the last 2 years and now threatens to end his career at the age of 28. Healthy, Walton is one of the premier centers in basketball. He certainly was Hall of Fame material in 1977 when he led Portland to the NBA championship. But early in 1978, he suffered the first of several stress fractures in his chronically weak foot. That injury set in motion a story that really belongs in a medical journal. The story isn't tragic because Bill signed a $7 million 7-year contract with San Diego. Most of the money is collectible, even if he never plays another minute. But it's a sad story in a way because Bill is a lot happier playing basketball than he is as a reluctant member of the idle rich. It's been hard on the Clippers as well because they have so much invested. Tonight we look at the Bill Walton story with the help of Irv Levin, the San Diego owner who gave the contract, Tony Daly, the Los Angeles orthopedist who has done his best to solve what may be an insoluble medical problem, and Bill Walton himself. Bill, how's the foot?
It's not doing all that good, Ted. I can get around a little bit in my life. I still spend a lot of my time just sitting down, and it's not that painful right now, but if I try to run or anything like that, it causes me trouble.
You're unable to run or jump?
No. Running is my biggest problem. Jumping I can do somewhat, but I don't do it right now. I'm still in pain, and that bone in my foot, the navicular bone, is giving me a lot of problems. But running is the basic problem. In the half-court situation, I can cover most things, and jumping is not really the problem. It's that up and down the court running that builds up all the stress on my foot and causes it to break down.
Is it a painful subject to talk about?
Well, it's getting to be boring. It's not so much painful. I try really hard not to think about it because it has caused me so much trouble, both physically and emotionally over the last couple of years that, I just try to ignore it and, I hope it goes away and that things return to the way they once were, my basketball career.
Tony Daly is chief medical consultant to the U.S. Olympic teams and is Bill Walton's doctor. Latest in a long, long line. Dr. Daly, what is Bill Walton's medical problem?
His major problem now is the stress fracture of the navicular. He's had 4 of these now, starting back in March of 1978. Probably should explain what a stress fracture is. We hear all the time, what's the difference between a fracture and a break? They're both the same. When the bone has lost some of its continuity, that's a fracture or a break. The difference between a stress fracture and a normal fracture is someone, a football player, a basketball player, gets hit, the leg cracks from one force. That's the normal, typical, everyday fracture. A stress fracture is repetitive trauma, repetitive injuries, like hitting a rock 100 times and it finally breaks the 100th time. Now, his problem and why he has stress fractures in the navicular is that's the bone that's subjected to the most force with his particular kind of foot. Probably can show you the model. His problem is a high arch foot, it's called the cavus foot, and from the back, his heel tips inward, called varus. This is the hardest type of foot for us to take care of. The bone that he keeps having a problem with is called the navicular bone, which sits at the apex of his arch. So this is the bone that does all the absorbing and of all the energy he generates and takes all the abuse from this type foot. So when his foot is pounding up and down, this bone is then absorbing all the energy right here. And from the back, the heel being in, again, does not allow his heel to get out, and again puts all of the pain, all of the pressure, again, right on the navicular. The amazing thing about him is that he's gone as far as he has with this foot. I've had a lot of consultations with people. I brought out people from Tennessee, and I just had a consultation last week at UCLA with about 15 doctors. And it's amazing with that kind of foot that he hasn't had trouble sooner. Excuse me, the normal person with that will have trouble in their teens and will have an operation by the time they're 15. So the problem now is, do we operate now to try and correct this mechanical problem that he has that keeps giving him the stress fractures, or should we continue with conservative care? We've done about everything conservatively you can do. We've tried every type of arch support materials, arch support styles. We've got material from the NASA laboratories that they use for spaceships to try and absorb all of the force that he generates. And it just doesn't seem to be working.
Before you landed Tony Daly as your physician, how many doctors did you see?
Well, I've seen more since I landed. You know, since I hooked up with Tony. You know, I've seen probably over 200 doctors about my foot.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, nobody really has much experience in dealing with this type of problem. A lot of the you know, problem I have, you know, stems back to some unfortunate situations in the spring of 1978 in Portland. Some of the medical care I received up there. What's going to happen in the future in terms of, you know, my foot? I have some obvious goals in basketball, but I also have to lead the rest of my life on this foot, and you know, I have to, you know, weigh everything and just, try to come up with a good answer. And because there's been so little experience with this type of problem in other athletes, that I'm having a difficult time getting a clear consensus of opinion as to what to do from the doctors. Some of the doctors have recommended surgery for me, and it's just, obviously I have some very difficult questions coming up in the near future regarding my foot and my basketball career.
You're talking specifically about surgery now.
Surgery, yes, it's something that I'm not really looking forward to at all, Ted. It's, you know, it's pretty risky, and there's certainly no, you know, guarantees of success in enabling me to play basketball again. It's, very few, well, no one has ever, you know, played in the NBA after, you know, this type of surgery.
Is there consolation being financially secure?
Well, obviously there's, you know, significant consolation in that. The only thing that being financially secure does for you is that it takes away the money problems in your life. You still have other problems, and my biggest problem right now is I can't get no satisfaction as Mick Jagger stings, you know, and you know, it's not, you know, totally bad. You know, I've got a great family, you know, life in San Diego, and
How many
Yeah.
children now?
Three boys, and they'll probably be playing here in the Forum one of these years. And it's tough because the thing that I really like to do best in my life is play basketball. And yeah, these are supposed to be the best years of my life, and I seem to be struggling through them in terms of my performance. I would just as soon play basketball, and if I could trade, I sure would.
Irv Levin, the San Diego Clippers owner, sure would like Bill back too, but he hasn't gotten many answers either. What do the doctors tell you about Bill?
We really can't get any straight answers from the doctors. You know, over the last year, they've given us different reports of rest will help, exercise will help, medication will help, and Bill has tried to come back a couple of times and hasn't held up. And so as of now, the doctors keep telling us that he needs more rest and maybe surgery, but no doctor at this point is willing to go out on a limb.
You won an NBA title with the Boston Celtics in 1976. You've been elected 4 times to the head of the NBA Board of Governors. You made a lot of money in the movie business. Obviously, you're nobody's fool. So why did you give Bill Walton a $7 million contract if the numbers are right?
Well, the reports aren't quite true, but we gave Bill a lot of money, and we're under contract to pay Bill a lot of money, and really I felt that a healthy Bill Walton was one of the best basketball players that ever came down the pike. We were assured by doctors at that time and by Bill that he was better than ever and that he was ready to go, and we felt that we were making a good business investment, and it would have worked that way, I'm sure, if Bill had been able to play.
You don't feel like you were misled?
I think we were misled somewhat, yeah.
By whom?
I think that some of Bill's people, Bill's doctors, painted a rosy picture that probably they knew more about, but that didn't show up to be there, you know, with the benefit of hindsight. No question, I think we were misled.
So you took this gamble, and so far it hasn't paid off.
Right.
You regret taking it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Bill's a good guy, and I like him very much, but, you know, business is business, and with the benefit of hindsight, if obviously we knew now what we knew then what we know now, we never would have done it.
What percentage does Bill collect if he never plays again?
If I recall correctly, and I'm speaking from memory because I haven't seen his contract for, you know, over a year, there is a provision that reduces Bill's salary by something like $8,000 or $9,000 for every game that he misses. But it has a floor on it, and I believe that floor goes down to about $700,000 a year.
Personally, do you empathize with Bill Walton's situation?
Personally, yes, I do. I think that Bill is really a victim of circumstances that no one can help. He comes down to all our games, and he's nowhere. I think unfortunately, a lot of fans resent him, and he sits there, not even on the bench. He sits up in the stands, and really, I think, kind of suffers.
So the question is, will Bill Walton ever play again in the NBA?
I just don't know. He's determined to play, and his attitude has been great all the time. He always has a positive attitude, and I think that he'll try.
I don't see any real signs of Bill coming through and being able to perform as an NBA professional basketball player.
I hope to be. I don't really know. Obviously, the last 2 years, certainly would not indicate that I would be. I've got to get this foot better once and for all. I can't just continue to go out there and break it down. It's just too darn disappointing. To do that. I don't. It's not fair to myself. It's not fair to the fans. It's not fair to my teammates.
On Thursday, the Clippers filed suit against 2 British insurance companies to collect $1.25 million, the insurable part of Walton's contract. The suit also sought more than $11 million in damages. In the suit, the team claimed that Bill Walton is permanently disabled and will never play again.
That was Ted Green's notebook, and it debuted in magnificent fashion with that exclusive report, the Bill Walton saga, with Bill, Dr. Daly, and the owner of the San Diego Clippers, Irv Levin. And of course, will he ever play again? If he doesn't, it's a tragedy. I know that it's tough to feel great empathy for a man who collects $700,000 for coming out and watching his teammates play. But having watched Walton in college, and when he had that magnificent year with the Portland Trail Blazers, Ted, when he's playing, he's healthy, he's outstanding.
Tom, he wants so badly to play. And I don't know if tragedy is the right word, but it is sad. And I'll tell you one thing. I don't think he will play. Never again in the way Bill Walton did, the way we were accustomed to. And the reason is, as I understand it, he has a 27 or 28-year-old body in every respect and the foot of a 65 or 70-year-old man. It's a shame.
Unfortunate, but our congratulations to you. What a very fine, in-depth study of the Bill Walton matter. And I'm convinced all of you looking at home liked it. Here's the way it is at halftime. The scoring, Lambier, Smith, and Fegley, with Mitchell right behind. Very balanced attack. Carr and Bratz bringing up with 3 and 2 points for the 43 points scored by the Cavs. Wilkes and Johnson have 25 between them. Jones with 8, Nixon 6, Abdul-Jabbar 4, Cooper 4, Landsberger 4 for the Lakers, 51 points. The percentage, Cleveland shooting 37%, the Lakers 43%. Free throws, Cleveland 3 of 4, very nice, shooting 75%. The Lakers doing the same thing, but they had 12 attempts and made 9. Rebounds, the Lakers out-rebounding Cleveland. Unfortunately, they turned them over as well. They had that one extra turnover. Incidentally, there were 9 turnovers by Cleveland, and 10 points resulted from it. The Lakers had 10 turnovers, and 14 points resulted from the 10. The Cavaliers in their wine and gold, and Don Ford appears is going to be starting for the second half. The tall, handsome kid with his back to you there in the very mod jacket is John Lambert, the Cavs' #1 choice, 6'10", forward center who played his college basketball at the University of Southern California. Nice guy, John Lambert. There he is right there, and a handsome kid. But he's injured, unable to play. Elmore Smith is unable to play, injured.
Actually, John is not hurt. I talked to him before the game. He's on the injured reserve list as a technicality. He did have a bad back. He's waiting for the Cavaliers to make some more personnel decisions to see whether he fits in their plans or whether they plan to trade him somewhere else.
11:55 as the third period gets underway. Bratz with the ball, flips it over to Smith, long-range jumper, rebound to Jones. The Lakers, 3 men standing there, finally. Johnson comes up with it, clears it down the floor to Norm Nixon. Nixon on the left wing for Los Angeles. The Lakers leading by 8, have been in front since the opening tip. Swing shot, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has 6 points now, and it's 53-43, Los Angeles by 10.
Well, Lambier shouldn't feel too badly. A lot of centers have seen that shot before.
In the corner with the ball, Bratz passing underneath for Ford, can't handle it. Tipped away. Jones has it, flips it over to Magic. Magic down the left of the lane, shoves it in the corner, nobody there. And the ball will be out of bounds to Cleveland.
Magic calling for a deflection.
Yes, I don't know if I guess he's going to get it.
Well, he officiates too.
Magic doing a little officiating. Shooting, scoring, handling the ball, selling tickets, autographing programs, and missing TV appearances. Huh?
Oh, that's a low blow.
That was kind of a low shot. I admit that. With the ball, Smith bringing it out of the backcourt. Well, he made big headlines with it. Proved he was human, I guess. That's Mike Bratz with the ball. Played his college basketball at Stanford. To me, it's a surprise that Bratz is in the league. I don't mean that in a denigrating way. I saw him in college. I never thought Bratz was an NBA-type guard. Jump shot from the side. Mike Mitchell, he's got a total of 10. 53-45. Laker lead is down to 8. But Bratz is playing in the NBA, and Bratz has been in the NBA since he came out in 77. Kareem, swinging hook, no good. Rebound, Lambier took it away from Jones. Good hustle by Lambier, and the crowd gave him a little bit of a hoorah as he out-muscled Jones for the ball. Driving, shooting, missing. Lambier can't rebound it. Ford does. Can't get the shot away and throws it away to Jamal Wilkes. Jamal trying to come between them. Shot was up and good by Magic Johnson, but it won't count, and Jamal Wilkes was fouled.
Jamal made the feed here at just the right time. The only reason the Lakers don't get the basket is that Mike Bratz was called for a blocking foul, fouling Wilkes in the lane before the pass.
First foul on Bratz. The inbound pass comes to Magic Johnson. Lakers have the ball and an 8-point lead at 53-45. Third period, 9:55 remaining. Wilkes. For Jamal Wilkes, he's now got 15, 55-45. Laker lead is 10. 15 points is the high watermark, point-wise, for anybody on the floor.
Well, Mitchell was in another zip code on that play. I didn't see him at all.
Three-point try by Bratz is rebounded on the miss by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to Nixon to the top of the key. How's that for a friendly bounce?
I'll tell you, his jump shot is so good, even when he misses, it goes in.
That's even when he misses, it goes in. That's the result of home cooking. You got to get a bounce like that on your home court. With the ball, Bratz back out to Smith. Over to Bratz, poked away. Magic nearly steals it, kicks it loose. Look out. 59-45. Magic's got 14, and was it some kind of a Magic Johnson play? Watch it. Magic all the way.
Well, it's exciting, but it's no surprise because Magic leads the NBA in steals, averaging more than 4 a game.
From the side, Lambier follows, gets his own rebound, and we've got a foul on Lambier. Loose ball foul. Lambier not too happy with the call. His 4th personal. That puts him in more trouble than Cavalier coach Bill Musselman would like. Roger Fegley is in, and Bratz is coming out, or is out, for Cleveland.
I'm impressed with Lambier's aggressiveness.
Working very hard. He had 10 first-half points. Kareem passing in the middle. Fegley was there on defense against Magic Johnson. That's no easy chore, and picks up a foul. For Fegley, it'll be his 2nd.
Fegley's no midget at 6'6", but Magic at 6'9" and change posted him up, and there isn't much you can do. Tough foul.
Magic Johnson, top of the key, flips it over to Nixon. Little jumper. Rebound is scrambled for it. Jamal Wilkes comes up with it in the corner. Back out to Nixon in the middle. Jones, fall away 8-footer. 10 points for Jones, 61-45. The Lakers now with a 16-point advantage here all of a sudden have opened this gap against the Cavaliers. They led by only 8 at the intermission.
I think Lambier did the smart thing there by not fouling. It would have been his 5th.
That was a little double pumper by Smith. Rebound Magic. Long court pass intercepted by Smith. On the side, jump shot by Carr. Rebound Magic Johnson going the other way. What a 50-footer, intercepted again by Smith. They're playing catch. Lead pass, Magic on defense. The Cavs come up empty and unfortunate. Looked like they had 2. Nixon in the corner to Jones. 63-45.
Cleveland better take a timeout.
Ted Green, they're going to do that. But isn't it, when you're going bad, you're going bad. The Cavs intercepted 2 80-foot passes, hustled it back down the floor, missed on both occasions, and here's Jones with a 20-footer out of the corner, nonchalance it in for 2.
Well, this typifies the Lakers' explosiveness. It's an 8-point lead, and all of a sudden you pick your head up, it's 18.
The Lakers lead by 18 at 63-45 with 7:46 remaining in this third period, and it is their biggest advantage of the night, and Bill Musselman had to call timeout. Lakers are awesome, says the masked fan. It's Halloween, remember? Let me tell you, some of those, the people come in those costumes even when it isn't Halloween. Well, we've got Crazy George dancing with a pretty girl now. Crazy George is showing more and more smarts. Just can't get rid of that basketball, though, can he? He's got...
It's disco basketball.
Disco basketball. Described almost everything, but I just don't know about disco basketball. Lakers shooting 75% high there, and the Cavs 12% in the second half so far. Cavaliers have made 1 of 8. The Lakers 6 of 8. Randy Smith walks it out of the backcourt. His team is down by 18 points. 7:40 remaining, third period. Cross-court pass. Kenny Carr driving, cross the lane. Rebound, and out of bounds. It's off the fingertips of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Power move to the basket by Kenny Carr, but not a very good shot. At least it didn't look very good going up.
About to inbound the ball for Cleveland. He lobs it all the way back out on top to Randy Smith. Right side to Lambier. Lambier back out to Roger Fegley. Fegley outside the three-point area. In the middle to Mitchell. Turnaround. Lambier rebounds. Puts it up. Nice move by Lambier. He's got 12 points. 63-47. Lakers lead. Norm Nixon walks it out of the backcourt here at the Fabulous Forum. I'm Tom Kelly along with Ted Green, and we hope you're having a nice Halloween here with us on TV. Don't forget, the Lakers will be on again Sunday and again Monday. NBA basketball coming your way. Scramble underneath on that miss. Jones went up and got a rebound, and Fegley got the foul. That'll be his third. Take another look at it.
You talk about things going bad. I think you'll see two Cleveland players bump each other, lose the ball because of it. Right to Jim Jones.
And Fegley coming in from the side, picked up the foul. With the ball is Magic Johnson. Johnson across the lane, swinging right-hand hook. Magic's got 16. 65-47. The Lakers by 18 again. Remember, Sunday and Tuesday, the Laker games on TV. Portland, Tuesday night. Denver, Sunday night.
That Magic Johnson hook shot is no fluke either, Tom. He can shoot it.
Lambier, 15-footer, free throw line, bangs it through the bottom. He's got 14, 65-49. The Lakers lead, 16-point advantage. Nixon with the ball.
Well, if nothing else, Lambier can talk about the night he scored in double figures against Kareem.
And Kareem is going, we're going to have a jump ball. A jump ball is called. Rush calls a jump ball. Bill Musselman says it should have been traveling. Watch it again. Kareem went up, had the ball. No one touched it. It was on his knee all the time. And Musselman thought he walked with it.
Mitchell may have reached in there.
Magic flips it over to Nixon. Round and round it goes, and round and out it went. All right, the ball will be out of bounds to Cleveland. Normie says, that couldn't possibly have happened to me. It disappeared. Halloween. The Goblins will get you, Normie, if you don't want to. 6:08 remaining, third period. Inbound pass. Nixon with a little slip and slide over there in the corner. Driving. Back to Kareem. The big guy muscles it up. Whistle and a foul will be called before the shot.
Tom, I firmly believe when Kareem goes to the basket this hard and takes that one big step across the middle, nobody can stop him.
Bill Lambier just picked up his 5th personal foul. Very obvious call as he leaned into the back of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and shoved him out. Total of 7 now for Jabbar.
Do you think Kareem will wear the protective goggles all season?
I would imagine. I would think so, as long as they don't impair his ability, and I don't think they will. He gets both of those. 67-49. He's done it before. It probably is a nuisance to him. But the longer he wears them, as he has in the past, he'll probably get used to them once again. Underneath, Lambier, tipped away by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Because I think he missed that one.
I think Kareem had his best field goal shooting season ever last season, not wearing the goggles, but the difference was not that measurable. And I think he'd rather protect his eyes and shoot 1% less.
Well, listen, yes. In fact, with healthy eyes, he'll play a lot longer in this league than with a scratched cornea that the fanatic thing. Carr horsing it back up, gets it. Carr not to be denied, and he got the bucket, and he was fouled.
Well, when you can't get it in from 3 feet, and you can't get it in from 2 feet, the best way to get it in, I guess we'll see, there it is, boom.
Foul is called on Magic Johnson, his second. Kenny Carr, 10 rebounds tonight. He's got a total of 5 points, make it 6. 67-52. Lakers lead by 15, 5:40 remaining, third period here at the Fabulous Forum. Kareem gives to Nixon, fall away baseline, rebound, Jamal Wilkes underneath, loses it. Carr took it away, clears it over to Smith. Smith, bounce pass, jump shot, Mitchell. He's got 12, 67-54. Underneath at the other end, Michael Cooper.
I thought Vince Ferragamo led the NFL in passing. That was a pretty good pass by Curry.
Percentage, completions, and points produced. Awful nice effort. 69-54 for Cooper, his 6th point of the night. Lambier with the ball. Drops it back. Jump shot by Begley out of the corner. Rebound Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Not a bad turnaround move, and the crowd give him an all. Nixon in the corner. Cooper passing underneath. Magic. Drops it underneath. Turnaround is short by Jamal Wilkes. Rebound is off. Grabbed by Carr. Carr in the backcourt. Flips it over to Smith. Smith's 15-footer for 2. For Randy Smith, 12 points now. 69-56. Cooper all the way underneath. Flips it to Jamal Wilkes. Tries to drive the baseline, and they won't let him in. Flip is back out. Lambier can't knock it away. And Nixon has it. Lambier unable to intercept. In the corner, Jamal Wilkes. He's got 17. 71-56. The Lakers lead by 15 again with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd period.
Wilkes from about 17, 18 feet on the baseline, and Nixon from the top of the key. You almost bet your house on those shots when they're open.
With the ball, Kenny Carr. Gives top of the key to Lambier, playing with 5 fouls in it. Turnaround by Mitchell. Nice touch by Mitchell. He's got 14 now. 71-58. The Lakers lead by 13. 3.5 remaining, 3rd period. Cooper. Sets Cooper. 73-58.
You know, Cooper and Magic's games are analogous in one way. Whereas Magic gets a lot of stuff inside, layups and rebounds, offensive rebounds, and can also shoot jump shots. Well, Cooper can go in there and dunk it, and then you see him shoot these 18 and 20-footers. It's very versatile.
Mitchell with a nice move at the baseline, going to the bucket for a 16th point. 73-60, a 13-point lead for the Lakers. 9,728 are here watching tonight as the Lakers, with a tad over 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd period, lead the Cavs 73-60. Lakers will be on TV Sunday against Denver, and Tuesday the Portland Blazers are in town.
The Trailblazers usually give the Lakers problems. So we'll see if the Lakers can continue winning at home. They've only lost 1 this season so far, only 4 last season.
Little change of thought in the sports world. The fast and furious world of the National Hockey League returns to the on-TV sports lineup Wednesday, November 12th, as the high-flying Los Angeles Kings host the Montreal Canadiens right here from the Forum. The Kings are off to the best start in their history, are paced by the Triple Crown line of Marcel Dion, Charlie Zimmer, and Dave Taylor, and newcomers Gary Unger and Larry Murphy. The Canadiens feature one of the league's most explosive scorers, Guy Lafleur. Will you join Gil Stratton and Dan Avey? All the action, Kings and the Montreal Canadiens, Wednesday, November 12th, right here on TV. And with the magnificent start, hello there. Wondered if you were going to show up tonight. With the magnificent start that the Kings have had, the Canadiens are off to one of their worst, which is really ironic.
The Kings are trying to muscle the Lakers a little bit, and Jerry Buss is hard.
Hi there, Precious. How are you? Huh? Cute little girl, isn't she? That's right. The Kings are really muscling the Lakers out of Jerry Buss's affection room. Well, I don't know about that, really.
Well, the Kings were so badly upstaged last season by the Lakers, even though they didn't have a bad year. But this year, they're really keeping pace. Are they 7-1, the Kings?
That's right, 7-1-1. Yeah.
And the Lakers are 8-2, so Jerry Buss has 2 pro teams that are 15-3-1 combined. Pretty good.
Not bad. And they both, well, the Lakers don't lead because they're a half game back. But the Kings lead their division and really are an exciting hockey team. I think you'll enjoy watching them against the Canadiens, who are perennially the best. By Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Make it 10 for the big guy. 75-60. Lakers by 15. 2:48 remaining. 3rd period. We're here at the fabulous Forum. Hoping you're having a happy and fun-filled and above all safe Halloween. Hope the kids are enjoying it. There's a pass slapped away. Lakers on a break. Look out, Michael Cooper. 77-60, and Cooper's got 10, and he pokes it away, and the Lakers steal it again. Nixon now. Cooper with that poke away. Nixon with the ball. Pass, drive Magic going through all the moves and loses the ball on the floor. Up and it was Carr, and Cavaliers of Cleveland bring it back. Begley flips it over to Smith. Jump shot in the air for 2. Randy Smith has got 14, 77-62.
Tom, there's still a lot of life in Randy Smith's 31-year-old legs. He can still do it.
Indeed, and there's nothing wrong with his shooting eye, as we've witnessed here tonight. In fact, his percentage will go up. He started slowly. I shouldn't say the percentage will go up. He certainly come on very strong since that opening first period. Pass in underneath from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Tipped away by Cleveland. Kenny Carr said, we didn't hit it. The other guys did. And Paul Westhead said, Mr. Official, you're absolutely correct. Now, team, let's win this play. And the pass comes in. Turned around by Magic Johnson on the rim. No good. Rebound. Jones can't get it. Up with it is Smith now, finally. Bringing it to the top of the key all the way. Oh, nice move by Smith. Put it up. Was dropped on the back of his lap. Cooper's going to get credit for the foul. That'll be his second. Take another look at it. Watch the good move by Smith right there.
And you're looking at one of the NBA's real Iron Men, Randy Smith, about 655 consecutive games. And that's really a feat in this league, never to miss a game.
I think
he
it's
hasn't missed
659.
659. Well, he hasn't missed a game since 1972. 8 years without missing a game. That's really something.
Gets his first free throw and his 15th point of the ball game. 1:34 remaining in the third period. 77-63. Lakers by 14. Smith at the line.
Randy Smith at Buffalo State College around the turn of the decade, 1970, was better known as a soccer player, Tom. He wasn't really a basketball player. Could have fooled me.
Indeed. Kareem, right side of the lane, swings in, steps to the baseline, the sky hook. 12 points, 79-63. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 12. Randy Smith out of the backcourt against Nixon. Yeah, for a guy 31, been in the league since 71. Came out of Buffalo State. Not basically your turn him out an NBA star a year type school, but foul is called on Jim Brewer. That's his second.
That last skyhook by Kareem, Tom, was no ordinary skyhook. He threw it in from about 15, 16 feet and then asked Ed Rush to watch the push down low. He was complaining, Kareem that is, that he was pushed down around the hip where he usually is pushed when he shoots that hook.
Mitchell is at the free throw line. Mitchell's an 82% free throw shooter. He has not had an attempt here yet tonight, I don't believe.
Well, we told you, Mike Mitchell, third year in the league, 7th in the league in scoring right now. First round draft choice out of Auburn. Something most people don't know about him, he sews his own clothes.
That's right.
They call him Mitch the Stitch.
That's right. In fact, Ted Green was kidding him a little bit. 79-65. Jerry, he's 2 for 2. Is that correct? First 2 free throw attempts by Mitchell. 82% shooter. Said, how you doing in the clothing department? He said, I'm doing all right. Fine, thank you. Very pleasant guy. From Georgia, but he grew up in Cleveland and played at Auburn and then came back to Cleveland. So he's been home, away from home, back home again, and very happy in the Cleveland area. Bill Musselman, the coach. Zone defense, and a T was called against the Cavaliers, and Musselman looks on without saying anything. He could easily receipt for another one there if he opened his mouth. Free throw is good by Nixon.
Musselman is probably thinking, we play the same zone that the other 22 teams play. What are you picking on me for?
80-65, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar comes out, and Mark Landsberger is in for the Lakers. Kareem, with about a minute remaining in the third period, gets a breather, heads for the bench.
Well, let's mark this. 15-point lead for the Lakers when Kareem goes out. Let's see how they do without him.
Nixon with the ball, a steal by Smith. Smith has it poked away, gets it back. Bounce pass in the corner. Traveling is going to be...
What's going to be a jump ball?
Going to be a jump ball. Mitchell was over there along with Magic Johnson, and let's take another look at that and see what happened.
You see, it has to be a jump ball here because Magic stopped Mitchell from shooting by putting his hand on the ball, deflecting it. So it's either traveling or a jump ball.
Yeah, I didn't think that Magic hit it, but apparently he did because there's been no big argument raised about it. Nixon is out, Brad Holland in. Magic gets the tip, but up with the ball come the Cavaliers. And what a mix-up there as Carr clears it back out to Fegley, over to Smith. In the corner, Mitchell, baseline, rebound, Carr, worked hard. Kenny Carr now has 8. 80-67. Laker lead is 13 with 18 seconds remaining here in the third period.
Well, the Lakers always thought if Kenny Carr would confine himself to that kind of game, stay around the basket, get those offensive rebounds, and he'd be a heck of a player. He did it on that play very well.
Magic, with no time left, doesn't have to worry about the shot clock. At the free throw line, steps in. Did he get the bounce? Yes. Well, leave it to Magic Johnson to tantalize and titillate the crowd for a few seconds after the buzzer. Put the shot up. It bounced and bounced. And right about now, the buzzer goes off. Boom, 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 boom.
But when you're good, you may as well be lucky, too.
Listen, as the guy said, I'd rather be lucky than good. But if I can have it both ways, so much the better. 82-67. The Lakers lead the Cavaliers. They've upped their advantage to 15 points after an 8-point halftime lead as the Golden Girls of the Forum perform center stage. Well, it's Halloween night, and right after tonight's game telecast on TV has a special treat, guaranteed to scare you out of your wits. It's the movie Halloween. Donald Pleasant stars in this spine-tingling thriller. Halloween comes your way right after the game. Working on the theory that a pretty girl is worth 1,000 words, a half a dozen or 8 or 10 of them worth $1 million, huh? Magic Johnson sits there and contemplates the fates. 18 points, 7 rebounds.
The Lakers' leading scorer, Tom.
Not old enough to vote yet, is he?
He turned 21.
Is he 21 now? Hello there.
I wonder if Magic is registered to vote.
Your lips bleeding. She probably cut herself shaving. Out of the backcourt, Brad Holland with the balls. We start the fourth and final period here at the fabulous Forum. Don't forget, on TV, we'll bring you Duran and Leonard. Spectacular, too. The rematch, New Orleans, November 25th. Into the ball game now comes Bratz, number 23. Backcourt replacement for Cleveland. Inbound pass. Brewer sends it all the way back out on top to Magic Johnson, over to Brad Holland. Magic at the free throw line. Rebound is off and grabbed by Carr. Clears the ball to Fegley. Roger Fegley. P-H-E-G-L-E-Y. Fegley. Guarded by Holland. Over to Bratz. Randy Smith getting a breather here. That's Carr on the left side. Not much of a threat from that distance. To Lambeer, to Bratz, who can score from outside. 4 points for Bratz. 80-69.
At Phoenix, where Bratz last played, John McLeod, the coach, thought enough of him to use him as a third guard, so he must be a pretty good player.
Yes, indeed. From long range, Landsberger, rebound tipped by Brewer, all the way back out to Magic, who fires it underneath, and Brewer is there. 84-69.
Brewer got the 2 points, but that was a great pass by Magic.
Brewer deserved the return try after hustling his way to that rebound. Lambeer fakes, puts up the shot, gets the bucket, and he's fouled. 16 points for Lambeer. Cooper gets the foul.
Well, we'll make the point one more time. Lambeer has worked very hard tonight. He doesn't have classic skills. He's obviously a big guy, kind of ponderous, but he does work very hard, and it's paid off tonight. 16 points, going for 17.
That's right. Missing the free throw, rebound to Holland. Jamal Wilkes is back in the ball game, and Magic Johnson is out. 84-71. The Lakers lead by 13 here in the fourth period. 10:30 remaining in the game. Brewer, top of the key. Jamal Wilkes, we've got a whistle away from the ball. What do we got? Holding foul on Bratz. For Michael, that's his second. And the first team foul against Phoenix here in this fourth period.
Sorry, Lakers have only one starter on the floor, so it's a chance for some other players to get some exercise.
And that starter puts it up and scores. That would be Jamal Wilkes. He's got 19, 86-71. The Lakers lead by 15 once again. Mike Bratz with the ball in that three-point range. Long distance. Will he try it from there? No. Flips it down the corner to Begley. Begley brings it back to the top of the key. Free throw line is alone. Shot for two. I like Begley. I think he's a good ball player. 12 points, 86-73. Maybe he's not the quickest swingman in this league. And there's a lot of teams probably eat him alive, but he's a good shooter, good ball handler, and hustles pretty good out there. Brewer. Back out for Landsberger. Double team. Pass stolen away by Bratz. 3-on-2. Bounce pass right into the hands of Brewer. Throws it back to Cooper. To Holland, and we're going the other way. Behind the back to Landsberger. Rebound underneath. Brewer tipped by Jamal Wilkes to keep it alive. To Landsberger at the free throw line. To Brad Holland. Tipped no good again by the Lakers, and we've got a whistle, and a foul will be called on Cleveland.
Well, that's Brad's shot, about an open 18-footer, but he hasn't played much and hasn't shot much, so he may be a little rusty. Brewer working very hard inside. He had great position. Kenny Carr came over the top. Yeah, he was over the top.
The Lakers have a lead of 86-73, a 13-point advantage as the Cleveland Cavaliers call time. Bill Musselman talking to his ball club.
You were talking about Roger Fegley. I'll tell you, what little noise Cleveland has made tonight, Fegley and Bill Laimbeer have made most of it.
Around the league, this is the way it went. Some other games, Kansas City losing to Boston, and New Jersey beating Washington.
Bullets really struggling.
Philadelphia beating Atlanta. Atlanta suddenly has run into a very cold streak. They can't beat anybody. Phoenix. Well, the Lakers are going to have to win just to stay a half game behind, aren't they? 103-98. Chicago and Indiana. And Indiana playing quite well for Jack McKinnon. Huh? Dallas and Utah. Oh, my. That expansion is no way to go in the NBA. It's a tough season for you.
Well, Utah hung a loss on San Antonio the other night, so they're playing pretty well.
And San Diego at the half up by 5 over Golden State. Hi there. She's cute, huh? Boy, look at that hat. Now that is a Texas-sized sombrero, baby.
Even cowgirls get the blues.
All right, Kenny Carr, how's it going? 14 rebounds tonight. You're working the boards hard, Kenny.
Is that stat right? 14 rebounds?
Yep.
He's only played about 20 or 21 minutes.
And he's got a total of 8 points to go with it. The Cavs are down by 13 as Jamal Wilkes gets set to inbound the ball for the Lakers. Jamal has a total of 19 points. He leads everybody in scoring. That's Brad Holland, top of the key. Left side to Cooper. Banging around in there. That's Brewer. Banging around with Carr. The pass into Brewer. Laimbeer's over the shoulder, and that'll be 6 for Bill. And he's gone. Laimbeer leaves with 16 points tonight and his 6th personal foul as he goes to the bench.
Well, 6 is the quota, Tom, but it looks like Laimbeer would like to have 7 or 8. He wants to stay in the game.
Richard Washington, former UCLA star, comes into the ball game, replacing Laimbeer. Inbound pass to Brad Holland. The ball poked away, picked up by Bratz on the steal. Look out, Bratz has it stolen away from behind as Michael Cooper and Holland, lockstep, arms together, sail into the paying customers just off the end of the floor under the basket. Steal by Bratz, and then he is in turn caught up with from behind as Cooper comes in, pokes it away, and now right in your living room. Look out.
Oh, that's a great picture, too. Good job in the truck. For a team 13 points ahead, that was a good hustle play by the Lakers.
Holland picked up the foul, and for Brad, that is his first.
Is that about the 3rd or 4th time Cooper has sneaked behind a player dribbling up the court to poke the ball away?
Indeed. Indeed.
Mike Cooper does a lot of things.
Free throws up and good.
And most of them are good.
Mitchell. Rebound. Landsberger, 86-74. Laker lead is 12 with 8:49 remaining in this basketball game. Don't forget, Sunday it'll be the Lakers in Denver on TV, and Tuesday the Lakers and Portland. And Brad Holland, 88-74, as the little guy went right up underneath the bucket, right up the baseline, and a reverse two-pointer.
Well, the Lakers' Steve Garvey, Brad Holland, he is a nice kid, and he's very popular here at the Forum. Seems like any time he scores a basket, there's an inordinate amount of noise.
Richard Washington, missing, rebound, Landsberger along with Kenny Carr get into a push and tug. 88-74, the Laker lead is 14 points.
I'll tell you what, Kenny Carr against Mark Landsberger put Ali Holmes to shame.
Kip Cooper with the ball. Jump shot on the move. Rebound underneath to Washington. Lambier was 8 of 14 from the field. 8 rebounds, had 16 points. Played very well. From the side, Mitchell. Mitchell now with a total of 21 points. And it's 88-76. The Laker lead is down to 12 with 7:55 to go.
Offensively, does Mitchell remind you a little bit of Bernard King?
Yes, he does. Landsberger has the ball stolen away. Bratz comes up with the loose basketball. Driving all the way. Beautiful move. Miss on the shot attempt. Rebound to Landsberger to Norm Nixon. 7.5 minutes remain. The Lakers lead by 12, and Bratz steals it from Nixon. Then it's on the floor, and who's up with the ball? Cleveland. And they should have blown a whistle a lot sooner than when they did. Kenny Carr's hot. We'll take a look at it right down where the action was, and I tell you, this is where fights start in this league. There's Bratz unable to find.
You got a jump ball right here, Tom.
Exactly.
That should be the whistle right there. You don't like to question the officiating. We're not second guessing, but like you say, this is the kind of volatile situation where you will get a fight. And Kenny Carr was mad too.
Exactly. Carr was screaming, well, what's going on here? Everybody banging and pulling at me. On the jump, the ball comes over to the Cavs. Washington underneath to Smith and blew the trick shot. Good pass by Washington. Down the floor, Cooper, cross court, alone, Jamal Wilkes. Rebound. Underneath, Jones. Offensive foul on Jones. His second. No basket. Didn't go in anyway, but it wouldn't have counted had it gone. 7 minutes remain in the ball game. 88-76. No basket. Offensive foul. Mitchell, let's take another look at this. Here's Mitchell with the ball.
Well, they're going to call him for that left arm pushing off, and I think he did it.
Magic Johnson is back into the ball game, and Jamal Wilkes goes out for the Lakers. With the ball, Norm Nixon gives over to Magic, top of the key. Lakers lead by 12. Whistle. And we've got a little pushing and shoving going on underneath. That'll be Richard Washington. Picks up his first foul.
I think the officials realized the tempers may have been running a little high after that play on the floor, so there was a little contact, not much, but they try to settle things down.
Magic with the ball in the corner to Nixon. Normie drives into the lane. Back over in the corner, and Magic shoves up a one-hander that's rebounded at long range by Mitchell. Lead pass, jump shot out of the corner by Begley. He's got 14.
And he's exactly the guy you want to get the ball at the end of the break to pull up and shoot that 15 or 16-foot jumper.
10-point lead for the Lakers now at 88-78, 6:12 to go in the game. On the side to Magic, back to Nixon in the lane, steps in, puts it up, beautiful move. Tip is no good by Jones. Whistle on the play, and a foul will be called against the Cavaliers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar comes back in now, and Mark Landsberger goes out. So the big guy went out with about 50 seconds remaining in the third period, and he's been on the bench now for almost 7 minutes.
The Lakers lost 5 points off the 15-point lead they had when Kareem was rested.
Nixon puts it up on the free throw line, has got a total of 10 points.
Here's one of the underpublicized players in the NBA, Norm Nixon.
90-78. The Lakers lead by 12 with 6:02, 6:01, 6 minutes to go. Try to cut Smith off at the midcourt line to Begley in the corner. Nice move by Mitchell. Oh, what a nice move. Shot no good. Rebound. Card can't hit it. He and Mitchell in a bit of a contest. Mitchell tries to poke it away. Ball on the floor. Up with it comes Smith. Cavs are hustling. Carr about a 10-footer. Carr crashes the boards. Whistle. Foul is going to be called on Carr. Loose ball. Carr was not the man you wanted in the middle to shoot that. Unfortunately for Cleveland and Bill Musselman, that's where he was.
Well, the Lakers will tell you this is quintessential Kenny Carr. He'll miss a 10-foot jumper, come storming through the lane, ripped Kareem out of the way, went for the ball, got the foul, and it's going to cost Cleveland probably 2 points.
Free throw is up and good by Nixon on the technical. Ford comes back in. Carr comes out now, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to shoot the personal. 1 plus a penalty, gets 2 cracks at it. Lakers lead 91-78.
12 years in the league now, Tom, for Kareem. We're all getting older, aren't we?
Speak for yourself. What a rotten subject to bring up. Man's been an MVP 6 straight, or not 6 straight times, but 6 times.
What I meant was it just seems like yesterday he was Louis Alcindor, a freshman at UCLA.
Keep trying. You're going to get yourself out of this problem you're in usually, Teddy. 92-78, 5:30 to go. We're none of us getting any older. Well, I tell you, it beats the alternative. That shot out of the corner will not count. Shot attempt by Smith. Foul is called on Nixon. That's his first.
Well, the hand check is illegal now. I think you might see Norm's hand on Randy Smith's hip if we can get a close look at it.
Just gave it a brush as he went by. Hit the ball. Begley in the corner. Jump shot by Ford. Rebound is tipped. Scrambled for the ball. Out of bounds, and it's going to go to whom? It'll go to the Lakers. Lakers lead 92-78, a 14-point advantage. They're led by 15 at 80-65. Led by 17 at 77-60.
The hardest thing for the middle-of-the-road NBA team like Cleveland is to win on the road. And I think it's going to be hard for them for a while.
Norm Nixon now has a total of 14, 94-78. Cleveland was 3-3 in games played on the road. 3 wins, 3 losses. Ball on Randy Smith. Norm Nixon. Technical on Smith. There's Randy Smith. Screaming and hollering at the officials. Begley with the ball. Passing. Ford. Bank shot. Rebound is off to Jones. Ford can't buy one, can he?
Might be trying too hard.
Well, I imagine. 4:50 to go in the ball game. Cooper with it. Drops it off to Magic, starts up the baseline, poked away by Mitchell. Nice play by Mitchell. He comes up with the ball and clears it over to Richard Washington. Back to Mitchell. To Randy Smith. All the way under, and he was fouled by Jones. Jordan is coming into the ball game. Walter Jordan, 6'8" performer out of Purdue, comes in. Ford goes out. Jordan is number 40. There you see him. 4:33 is the time remaining in this basketball game. Richard Washington on the left side. Fake. Jump shot by Smith. Randy Smith has got 17. 94-80. Steal at the other end by Jordan. Clears the ball over to Smith. Jump shot, good by Richard Washington. His first 2 points. 95-82.
Never say die.
Begley scrambling with Magic Johnson for the ball, and it's out of bounds to Cleveland. So with 4 minutes to go, the Laker lead is 13. Whistle and a timeout being taken? Yes. Cavaliers are asking for a moment's respite. Check things over as we get down to the final 4 minutes of this basketball contest. The Lakers enjoying a 13-point lead. Their biggest advantage was 17 back in the third period at 77-60. We hope you're enjoying tonight's game. We'd like to remind you that we'll be back here Sunday night. The Lakers take on the Denver Nuggets. You know that Denver ball club. David Thompson, the Skywalker. Dan Issel, big center out of Kentucky. Talented basketball team, to be sure. We'd like to have you join us for all the action. That'll be Sunday night, November the 2nd, 7 p.m. The Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Lakers right here on TV. There's Crazy George with Darth Vader, the hated, dreaded Darth Vader. Crazy George has got a bag full of tricks.
Crazy George isn't too popular either with this Forum crowd. Speaking of Darth Vader.
Crazy George with a sparkler tied onto his basketball, burned his hand. Shot it through for two, burned his hand. At center court, picking up the rest of his gear. Crazy George in his Cleveland Cavalier uniform. Mention the response he'd have gotten if Cleveland were on top.
Making his first and last Forum appearance of the season.
Jones is having a nice evening. 12 points, good rebounding. Jim Jones. Jamal Wilkes, 19. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 13. Magic, 18. Normie Nixon, 15. Cooper with 10. They're all in double figures up in the paint cards. Smith to the baseline. Back out to Fegley. Fegley, top of the key, free throw line. Richard Washington can't hit it. Underneath, Jordan rebounded it and stepped over the end line. Trying to find the handle on it.
That's the second time two Cleveland players bumped into each other and cost them a rebound.
3:43, time remaining. Nixon comes over the midcourt line on the left side. Jones. Jones underneath. Jamal Wilkes is alone. Puts it up and scores it. And Jamal now has 21. 97-82, the Lakers lead. Bill Musselman is being told, I think, to sit down.
He's being shown where his seat is.
Bill Musselman, and that was not an usher, Bill, that was showing you where your seat in the house is. Smith. Long-range jump shot is up and good by Fegley. And Fegley's got 16 points, 97-84. Magic Johnson did the ball, driving, whistle, foul to be called against the Cavaliers. Kind of sandwiched him in there. Brad Holland comes in the ball game, and Nixon comes out with 3:13 to play. Fegley picks up the foul, his fourth. Bill Laimbeer is already fouled out of the game for the Cleveland Cavs. Here's the Magic, one at the free throw line, 74% free throw shooter. Hasn't been there tonight. He's 1 for 1.
And picking up where he left off last season, Tom, when he got 42 in the championship game against Philadelphia, 42 points. Magic averaging 23 points plus so far, leading the Lakers in scoring after 10 games.
And he's got 20 on the night. 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Baseline jumper, Smith. And Randy Smith now has 19 points, 99-86. Lakers lead 13. Magic with the ball on the left side. To Jamal Wilkes in the middle to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Can't find it. Underneath the steal. Underneath with it is Walter Jordan, who slammed it through. 99-88. Laker lead is 11 with 2:43 to go. Collins back out on top to Magic. Traveling is called against the former UCLA star. And the ball will be out of bounds to Cleveland.
Well, if nothing else, Bill Musselman has to like the way Cleveland hasn't quit.
That's Jordan. His jump shot for another two. He comes off the bench to get 2 big buckets. 99-90. The Laker lead is only 9.
Well, with the three-point rule, you never know what happens.
Here we are with 2:24 to go in the ball game, and it's a 9-pointer. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar nearly lost that. Jamal Wilkes has it. Drives in the middle. Across the lane, the shot is no good. He was fouled, and you saw an example of what would have been the continuation. Had that gone in, it would have counted. As the official had the foul pointed out as the man, Jamal Wilkes, goes across the lane. Watch him now.
Jamal is so quick on the dribble here. And then Randy jumps in the lane and reaches in. Not much of a foul there, but they called it.
Jordan was the one who nailed him, Teddy. Reached him with both hands and put him right on his waist.
From behind?
Yes.
Oh.
Free throw by Wilkes gets him now a total of 22 for the night. 2:15. Time remaining here in this ball game. The Laker lead is 10 points. Make it 11.
Jamal Wilkes also averaging more than 20 points a game after 10. 21 points a game so far.
2:13, the time remaining as the seconds tick away. Randy Smith for Cleveland. Baseline. Can't get in. Back out to Fegley. Fegley and Holland at the free throw line. Fegley off the rim. Rebound comes to Jamal. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's under there with Jordan. Jordan lost the argument in the basketball. Here's Magic Johnson with a minute 54. Lob to Kareem. In the lane, heavy traffic, puts it up, didn't get it. As he spun across, somebody got a part of him. Going to be Richard Washington, former Bruin himself, reaches in and gets the biggest Bruin of them all.
Kareem looked like he wanted that basket quite a bit for a team with an 11-point lead.
Kareem is a 69% free throw shooter. That's his 4th free throw tonight, his 14th point of the night. Make it his 5th and his 15th point, and it's 103-90. Lakers with a comfortable lead. The game has been on their side of the ledger since the opening tip. Jordan gets his 3rd bucket, 103-92. A minute 38 to go. The Laker lead is 11. Magic with it to the baseline, driving, shooting, having it banged away by Richard Washington. Landsberger comes in, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goes out as Richard Washington gets his 4th personal foul. Magic with 3 to make 2. Kareem goes to the bench. Kareem with a total of 15 points. Jones goes out of the ball game now. Free throw is good by Magic Johnson. He's got 21. 105. Magic with 22-92. The Lakers lead by 13. Minute 28 to go. Jump shot by Smith. Rebound, Washington, poked away, out of bounds. Into the game for the Lakers is Hardy, number 25.
Tom, a miscellaneous point of interest. You know, this is the Lakers' best start, 9-2 in 19 years. Even better than last season when they won the championship. Better than the 71-72 season when they won the championship.
Jordan missing. Rebound is off to Magic Johnson. Minute 14 to go. Magic slams it across court. Magic's got a real collection of moves, hasn't he? Passes, fakes, hesitation, steps, and dribbles. Just wait till he gets the hang of this game. He'll be something. Mitchell in the lane, dropped it, picked it up, and scored it. Mitchell's got 23, right on target. 105-94. Lakers lead by 11. 54 seconds to go. Holland back out to Magic. Lob under. Hardy narrowly missed, slamming it through, gets it back. Shot blocked, gets it back. In the corner, Jamal Wilkes. Washington kept rejecting it. Magic shovels it off underneath, but the ball was over the end line before Landsberger could pick it up, and Cleveland will bring it up the floor. Watch this again.
Well, when you play 82 games and almost 40 minutes a night, you're allowed to have a little bit of fun when your team's ahead in the last minute. Magic is enjoying himself. He's also thrown 2 balls out of bounds.
Baseline jumper by Washington. That gives him 4 points, 105-96. Lakers leading with 20 seconds to go. Magic. Jamal Wilkes out of the corner. Washington for the rebound. Landsberger was reaching in. Holland was there as well. It's going to be on Landsberger, a loose ball foul. 10 seconds remain in the basketball game.
Tom, you know, NBA scores sometimes are so deceiving. Here, Cleveland's going to shoot 2 free throws, probably cut the Lakers' lead to 7 points. If they got another basket at the buzzer, say, it'd be a 5-point game. People would pick up the newspaper in the morning and say, boy, Cleveland gave the Lakers a heck of a game.
True enough.
They didn't. The Cavaliers didn't. Even if it is a 5 or 7-point game, the Lakers had this one in hand from the beginning.
Randy Smith now has got 20, make it 21 as he converts them both. 105-98. The Lakers lead. Don't forget Halloween with Donald Croissants right after this basketball telecast. Magic shovels it cross court. Holland with a 3-point try. No good. Tip is good by Hardy. The bucket counts at the buzzer. The Lakers win it 107-98. Scoring, Magic Johnson, 22. 23 for Wilkes to lead the Lakers. Kareem with 15. Nixon with 15. Jones with 12. 10 points for Cooper. 4 to Landsberger, 2 to Brewer, 2 to Holland, and 2 to Hardy. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, 23 to Mitchell. Ford did not score. Lambeer fouled out with 16. A total of 21 for Randy Smith, 4 to Bratz, 8 points for Carr, 6 to Jordan. Fegley was 16, 4 to Washington. Whitehead played for a moment, did not score. The Lakers led from wire to wire, 28-16, 51-43, 82-67, and easily closed it out with a 107-98 victory over Cleveland for their 9th win of the year, and they still remain a half game back of Phoenix. Hi there, and happy Halloween to you. Once again, the final score, the Lakers 107 and Cleveland 98. Live from the fabulous Forum on TV Sports has presented NBA basketball action between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The executive producer of On TV Sports is John Moore. Tonight's telecast was produced by Jerry Romano and directed by Mark Wolfson.